Hey there. If you live in St. George with a dog, you already know this place is just begging to be explored. So we put together this guide to help you find an amazing local trainer so you and your best friend can really enjoy all the incredible Red Rock country we have to offer side by side. So here's what we're covering. First, we'll talk about why training a dog here in St. George is a little unique. Then we'll get into trainer qualifications, what things typically cost, the questions you absolutely have to ask, and we'll wrap up with some key local rules and resources you'll want to know about. Okay, let's jump right in. Training a dog in St. George isn't just about sit and stay. It's really about getting them ready for the kind of lifestyle we all love here. This really says it all, doesn't it? A well-trained dog is one that can actually be a part of your life. You can take them hiking in Snow Canyon knowing they'll stick with you, or you can go grab a coffee downtown and just relax. That's really the whole point, having a dog that can calmly and confidently go wherever you go. So, how do you find the right person to help you achieve that? Well, that brings us to what really matters in a trainer, their methods and, of course, their qualifications. You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. And for good reason. It's really the foundation of modern, effective dog training. Instead of punishing a dog for getting it wrong, you're rewarding them for getting it right. This builds an incredible bond, and honestly, it just works. You end up with a dog that wants to listen to you, which makes all the difference. And this really shows you the two sides of the coin. You're looking for a trainer who is all about positive, science-based methods. On the flip side, if you hear things like guaranteed quick fixes or see any kind of intimidation, that's a huge red flag. Those old-school, harsh methods often just create fear, and they can make problems like anxiety or reactivity, when a dog overreacts to other dogs or people, so much worse. Okay, so how do you know if a trainer really knows their stuff? Look for certifications. These letters after a trainer's name, like CPDT-KA, aren't just for decoration. They mean that person has passed some serious exams on animal behavior and ethics. And if you're dealing with tougher issues, like real anxiety or aggression, those more advanced certifications from groups like the IAABC are especially meaningful. All right, let's talk about the logistics. What kinds of training are out there, and what should you expect to pay for them here in Washington County? You've got options, which is great. Group classes are amazing for puppies or for practicing skills around other dogs. But, if you have a really specific problem, like your dog goes nuts when the doorbell rings, an in-home session where the trainer can see it happen in real time can be incredibly helpful. Let's talk numbers. This chart gives you a pretty good ballpark for what training costs around St. George. You can see a 6-week group class is usually pretty affordable. On the other end, something like a board and train program is a much bigger investment. Just remember, these are averages. Prices will definitely depend on the trainer's experience, and most will offer some kind of consultation to talk about your dog's specific needs. Okay, so you've found a few trainers you're interested in. Now what? It's time for you to interview them. Think of this next part as your checklist to make sure you're hiring the absolute best person for the job. Honestly, asking good questions is probably the most important part of this whole process. It helps you get past the website and really figure out who you'd be working with. You'll want to hit on all 6 of these points. Asking about their philosophy just confirms they use those positive methods we talked about. Asking about continuing education shows they're keeping up with the latest science. And that last one is so important. Ask what you need to do. Training is a team sport, and what you do between lessons is what really makes it stick. And finally, let's talk about being a good neighbor here in our community, because great training also means knowing and respecting our local rules. It just makes life easier for everyone. This one's simple, but it's a big one. In St. George, your leash needs to be 6 feet long or shorter anytime you're in a public park, on a trail, or on a sidewalk. It's really all about safety, for your dog, for other people, and for our local wildlife. Here are a few other rules to keep in mind. The rabies vaccine and tag are required by the state. No way around that. And the barking rule is just a good reminder that being a responsible dog owner means being a considerate neighbor. Oh, and here's an interesting local fact. While Utah doesn't license trainers, they do have to have a city business license to operate here. So once you start training, where do you go to practice? We've got some amazing spots. The dog park at Red Hills is perfect for working on off-leash skills in a safe, fenced area. And the trails at Pioneer Park or Confluence Park are fantastic for practicing loose-leash walking with real-world distractions. You see, finding the right trainer is such a worthwhile step.
It's an investment that pays you back every single day, whether you're on a beautiful hike, relaxing at a cafe downtown, or just having someone over to your house. We hope this helps you find that perfect training partner to build an even better life with your dog.